Mishka Yaponchik, Moishe-Yankel Meer-Volfovich Vinnitsky, the king of Odessa bandits. Having captured the train, Mishka Yaponchik orders the driver to follow to Odessa. Passing through the city of Voznesensk, a division of cavalrymen was already waiting for him. The soldiers of Mishka Yaponchik were locked in the carriages, and Yaponchik himself was declared arrested. After he refused to surrender his weapon, the commander of the detachment that had arrived after him, Nikifor Ursulov, shot him in the back. The death of Mishka Yaponchik was instantaneous. The Red Army soldier had to shoot again. This is how the famous Odessa leader of the smugglers and raiders was killed. There is a monument at the site of the death of Vinnitsa. There is an inscription on the plate, "Killed and buried here." Killed for sure. But Mishka Yaponchik was buried at the Ascension Jewish cemetery. My grandfather was born in 1925, and his grandfather was born in 1875, told him how they buried Mishka Yaponchik. He knew from a neighbor who was a guard at the Jewish cemetery and told him everything in detail. There were no special honors at the funeral. Although the chapel of singers, soloists of the Odessa Opera House, who was led by the cantor of the Odessa Choral Synagogue, known throughout the south, performed the funeral service for Mishka. There were a lot of onlookers. It was impossible to even stand with the king so close during his lifetime, and here it is not only close to the king, but also close to history. They buried Mishka in a commander's leather jacket. It was specifically the Red government that showed that they had lost their man. Because the reaction of the underworld was unknown and unpredictable. There were many tears, but more for show, to show their closeness to the king. After the funeral, 3 days later, by order of Commissioner Feldman, a cemetery guard with 2 Red Guards dug the king's grave. The division commander had to personally report to the brigade commander Kotovsky that this was definitely Yaponchik. Since they had all sat together in the prison castle of Odessa and knew each other by sight, it was necessary to make sure that it was Yaponchik and that he was dead, and did not run away. 3 days later, the neighbor, the cemetery guard, as well as 2 Red Guards disappeared, taking with them the exact burial place of King Mishka Yaponchik, Moishe-Yankel Meer-Volfovich Vinnitsky.